Holy Live 2D Batman. Wow. Hey guys, welcome on in. Kyrios here, and today we're going to look at Artery Gear Fusion. I'm super excited about this game. We've put about 6 hours of content in this game on our live streams, which, by the way, no voice acting? Oh my god, the bounce! Hello? Hello? Boopa? If you guys have not come and followed us on our Twitch channel or our YouTube live streams, make sure you hit that like and subscribe, and also go follow those channels or any of those social media platforms. Today, we are going to look at our first impressions. We're going to look at some of the gacha system, the characters, the UI, the battling system, and a few other things. We won't talk in complete detail, but I'm going to tell you the things I really enjoy and some of the things I don't enjoy about the game. So, with that being said, without further ado, let's get started. All right, let's go through the main space here. So this is the main space where you'll typically be. Everything you need is right from this screen. You can put your live 2Ds right here in the middle, which obviously you can see. Hello. But you can switch those up, and you can do anything you really want to do there. I can show you guys real quick. You can switch. You have different characters there. You can switch around. You can also use any of the images that happen from the story or events or anything like that to put in there, which are also really, really nice. So you can have some still images or some dynamic images in there. Now, everything you need is on the bottom left, the bottom of the screen, right? You have missions, AGs, which are your characters. You have team formation. You're not really going to use that. Your fleet is your base of operations, where you're going to get some more resources. You can recruit. And then there's warehouse and supply and stuff like that. You have your premium currency up here in the top right hand corner, which is that I don't know, turquoise looking orb. You have money and then energy on top of that. All right, guys, let's talk about the battle system, and let's get the juicy one out of the way. Let's show some battling, and let's talk about the battle system. So typically you get 4 characters, and you can arrange them in any order. Now, there are elements and tank priorities to these: tanking, DPS, and healing priorities. And those are these labels in the top left-hand corner. You can see that you have blue or green or red, and that's the typical Pokemon system, right? You know, red beats green, green beats blue, and blue beats red. So you always want to bring characters that are going to be good against what you're doing. Then on top of that, you do have kind of like their abilities, right? A upside down triangle is a tank. Then you have a DPS, which kind of looks like a bullet explosion or something like that. Then you have a cross, which is healing. There's a few others from buffers and debuffers on top of that. So when you're setting up your team, you want to make sure that you're bringing at least 1 tank in that front position, and then either 3 DPS depending on how strong you are, or 2 DPS and a healer, and depends on the fight. Then on top of that, you do have fleet mandate, and now these are artillery and air support. And what they do is when you're in active battle, they can supply attack ups or defense ups while supplying additional damage. Or you can also deploy these other things that give you either protections or immunities or anything like that. And every fight, as they get harder, are going to require you to do different things. And then let me talk about this AI system real quick before we get into battling. What I do really enjoy about this AI system is that if you don't have a lot of time to play or anything like that, you can go farm a level, which I don't suggest farming campaign levels. I suggest farming maybe the event story missions, because you'll get better resources there. But if you go in here, you can hit that AI combat, and you can tell the game to farm offline in how many times you want to farm. So if I want to farm this mission until my energy runs out, I can say 21 times. I can say, hey, low energy mode, that's fine. I could also tell it to use canisters or crystals just to refuel. So in case I'm doing like gear farming or anything like that, you can have it so it stops automatically in case you're doing fodder farming. So it automatically, it's a bit like, hey, we hit max level on a 3-star, we're gonna stop for you, and then give you a notification. And then you can also do auto dismantling of gear, anything that's like really bad, which is green or below, as you get higher level, or anything that's less than 5-star, because you're only looking for 6 stars at that time, with maybe a rarity of purple or higher, right? So you can have it auto desynth a lot of this gear that you really, really don't need. That's a very nice feature. And then once you kick that off, you can just straight close your phone and call it a day. All right, so here's the mission. So you have your auto up in the top right hand corner. You can also double speed it or 1x speed it. That's that play button right there. You can also set the priority in auto. You can say, hey, attack the boss first or attack the group minions first. Now, let's talk about the quality of life autoing real quick. You can actually go into all of these characters. You can even toggle if you want only your abilities to be done at the boss encounter, which is usually the third encounter. You can tell it what artillery support you want it to automatically use. And you can tell every character what order to do the ability. So when you're fine-tuning some of these missions, maybe you don't want your S3 to go first. So you can put your S3 all the way, you can just drag it all the way back to it's going to be used third, right? Or you can have it used first. Then on top of that, you can also set a releasing order and set the prioritization target based on some of these preferences. So you get a lot of different options in order to set the way that your characters do autoing. Now going through here, you get different passives. So you have an S1, S2, S3, and you really want to attack the right target. Battle animations can be skipped through when you tap it, or you can have it only be shown once a day, which is really nice. So you don't have to see those S3 animations all the time. But some of the S3 animations are really good. I mean, they're very well done. It's like a mixture between anime animation and chibi animation. So that might rub you the wrong way, or you may enjoy it. I don't know. But I've been really enjoying the animation. Now, typically, if you're autoing, I do enjoy having attack boss first, because once you get to the boss fight, if you kill the boss, you don't have to kill any of the other minions. Everything else just dies. So that is very beneficial at this time. And you can see our support up there supplied us an attack buff and is also bringing in a little bit extra cover fire, which is really good. So here we have the boss battle of the fight, right? If we just attack that, we don't have to worry about any of these other minions. And we're kind of overpowered for this point anyway, so we're doing very well, we should say. This is one of the best healers in the game right there. And we'll have a review of her later. Okay, guys, let's talk about the gacha system real quick. Now, the resources you get from doing the missions is up here in the top right-hand corner once again. And you get roughly, I've been able to do about 30 or 40 pulls after doing about 4 stages, which is pretty good. And then you're going to have the pre-registration rewards and a few others. Now, you can't see this on screen, but I will flash this on screen. There is a beginner banner, and that beginner banner does give you a free SSR. And there's a few, it doesn't have the whole pool of characters, but there's a few SSRs on there that are very, very good. So I'm going to flash a tier list that I haven't really vetted myself too much, but it looks pretty accurate to me, of some characters that you're going to be looking for on that beginner banner. And one of the big characters is going to be Genga, and we'll show her in just a second. But here are the other banners. You're going to have a limited banner, which is going to have your rate up banner here as well, which, by the way, Shura is actually really, really good. You'll also have an elite recruitment banner, which is just some other characters that give their own rate up. So you have higher chances of getting that character as well. And then you have your regular recruitment banner, which has most of the characters on the list. You can see that via some of the AG details here, but we can look at the rules here. So if we look at the drop rate, now the drop rate is not the greatest, honestly. So on the limited banners, you get about 0.7, which is typical for a lot of different games, from Blue Archive to a lot of others. But your overall chances of pulling a 5-star is 2.5, which is not too bad. Not too bad in all honesty. But you always want to make sure you look at the drop rate, like who is the limited or the special or the rate up that you're trying to get, and then who else is in that pool. And most other characters should be on the pool as well, but sometimes they're not. Sometimes they filter some characters through there. So if you look here at the general banner, you can see most of the characters are here. You can see that Shuru is not here, so Shuru is a limited, or at least in my sense, that's what it seems like, a limited. So you won't really be pulling on this banner, in my opinion. You'll be shooting for a lot of those other limited banners and seeing if you can spook some other characters on them. Other than that, summoning's pretty simple. Let's go ahead and just do a 10 pull right now, since we have some resources. Here's the summoning animation. It's like a locked vault. You click on that. Hopefully you see like a whole bunch of sparkles that come through. And I think we just got We just got a 5-star and a bunch of 4-stars. Let's go. Okay. All right. Skip on through. Here's the animation. Cerulean. Nice. I didn't have her. Brand new. We got Senha. Wow, look at that animation. Love it. Love it. Didn't have her either. Valeria. Very nice. Katie. Neo. We need more Neos. Neo's actually really good. And you can use it to enhance her sort of like constellations, I guess, right? That's the best way to put it. Let's see what character we got here. And I already had Milvis. Oh my god, that's a big punch in the face right there. So now I have 2 Milvises. But we did pull a 5-star, and that was pretty good in my opinion, which is really we've only done about 45 pulls, and I've pulled close to 3 to 4 5-stars, one of them being guaranteed. So that was really cool. So that's the gacha system right there. Now, I don't know how many premium resources we're going to get every week or every month. I don't think we're really going to, without me going to look at the Japanese version, we'll find that out when the game goes live. But from what I've been told, the premium resource grind should be pretty okay. I wouldn't say it's great, but it's not terrible either. It's not like some other games, right? Let's move on from this. Here's where your supply center, everything like that is. Let's look at your fleet real quick. So your fleet is your base of operations, guys. You're going to have your mothership, supply ship, armament ship, science vessel, expedition. And your mothership is really going to be kind of like if you've ever played a game like Arknights, where you're going to have a lot of your different characters. You can expand the space as you level up and you get those resources, and you can put characters in there and interact with them, and give them some love, and little head pats and all that goodness. Gotta love that. There is an affection system in this. You can also get money that's also on the docket right here. You can change that to a few different things. You can get cat exp orbs, which we'll get to in just a second, but that's one way to help level up your characters, but not really the main way. Just a little way to help. Your science vessel is how you can craft some gear and forge some gear. And now the best thing about some of the gear is that you can actually transfer gear from one piece to another. So say if you have one really good piece of gear, say this has speed, HP, and status, and I need to use a material of a different one, and I wanted something like that, you can actually transfer a bunch of different sets and stuff over. So you can combine gear in a way to optimize your gear. And we'll talk about gear when we just get to the characters in just a second, guys. And then you have your expedition ship, and your expedition ship is really designed to get you additional resources, either EXP resources or different leveling resources or money on top of that. And as you level, you can unlock more and more expeditions that can be out at any given time. This is really nice, and a system you guys should be very familiar with. Now let's look at the characters real quick. Now we talked about our good girl Genga, who looks absolutely amazing, absolutely adorable. We do have a you do have a favorability level, which is kind of like a it's like a heart system, like a love system, where they can get additional benefits by having higher favorability. You also have your data chain. This is in case you get multiples, but you can upgrade through them. And you can see the upgrades here. You get attack up as you go through these different locations. You also get positioning bonuses down here in the bottom right-hand corner, but we don't have any of these unlocked right now. You have your abilities here, and you can upgrade all of these abilities all the way up to level 5. Each of these abilities have different things they can do, from debuffs to attack buffs to AoEs and a bunch of other things. Now, to level up your abilities, you will have to get your technology, which is kind of like your awakening chart, up to at least phase 3 to unlock that ability to upgrade skills. So as you go through these, and you can farm some of these materials, I should say. Upgrading is really simple. You could do this with cat. I like to call them cat orbs. is what it is. So you can put the cat orb in there. But your main form of leveling is going to be actually offline farming, where you go set it to a stage. You bring some characters you want to level, some fodder you want to level, and you can go from there. So that's how it will look. Boom, right to 35. Now, the leveling system or the upgrade star system, every character can get up to 6 star. And you can see here in the stars in the top left-hand corner that some of them, I have some awakenings and they're 5 stars already. My Neo was originally a 3 star. And let me see if I can find another Neo here. I thought I just pulled one. I did. So she's originally 3 star. I've already upgraded her to 4 star. So in order to do that, you've got to max her out to the max level for the star you're at. So every star you're at, you can go up by 10 levels. So I had to get her to level 30, and at that point, you can upgrade her. So let me see if do I have enough to get us to 40? I don't. But what you would do is that you would then upgrade her with 3 other fodders, and you can see I have a bunch of fodders down here, which are 3 stars. So the system is very in depth for trying to level. Let me see if we can do an upgrade here. This isn't really advised. Okay, so we're not going to do that. If I was able to get to 30, I could. So fodder you would bring with you the farm, you get them to level 30, and then you would use 3 other different fodder to upgrade them to 4 star, and then you would do that to 4 star, the 5 star, and give the 5 stars to your 5 stars, you give them all to 6 star. We'll have a more in-depth guide on that if you're not familiar with the system. But that's how you do it. So you can see here, upgrade, you can see this is broken. I got to put 4 other 4 stars here if I wanted to unbreak it. So you have to be very careful, and I highly suggest you lock a lot of your characters on how you upgrade in this game. What else do we have here? I think that covers most of the character stuff. Well, let's cover the gear. So gear, we have different statuses of gear, and there's a gear is free to unequip and re-equip, which is a huge benefit. Love it. So you can change the gear around, and you have different filters of what type of gear you want, from speed set, HP set, attack set, any of that goodness. Certain sets require 4, some require 2. Right, so we can click on the speed set, and that speed set increases speed by 25%, but we got to have 4 pieces of speed set on the right hand side. Now, looking at some of this gear, let's talk about this gear real quick. Now, this gear goes up by stars. The highest star is 6, which is gold, but all the statuses or the substats are static. And let me explain this. So I'm gonna go ahead and hyper through these a little bit. You can see these this status accuracy is green. You can see that HP is blue. Look at this piece, right? Attack is blue, crit damage is blue, and this is what you're going to get for unlocking it. So if you upgrade the gear, you're going to automatically get 10.1 guaranteed. Now those can go up. You can see this HP is purple. So your substats are already fixed, and they're already fixed to a tier. So you have anywhere from tier 0 to like tier 4, which is gold. And your goal is to get enough pieces of gear, in all honesty, that are either start off with really good stats, or you can get all those gold stats compiled on one piece of gear, and you can transfer substats from one gear to another. So that's the one really nice benefit of this gear. You might get a 4 star, but the substats might be really bad, but then there's no RNG. You know what you're going to get when you upgrade it. So if I go to one of my characters here, let me see if I can go over here where I've upgraded some characters. You can see that these are +6, and I've unlocked that attack, I've unlocked that crit, and that's really good, right? Attack, and attack crit damage, right? Some of the base stats are really good, so this is giving me some extra speed, which we really do enjoy. Status accuracy, not so good. I'm probably going to replace that. You're looking for attack percent or crit damage. So, and then some of these pieces of gear have those stats that you need to make sure that you're putting the right stat on the right person, right? So if I change this from speed to HP percent, for example, right, you can see them all listed here. And I think this piece of gear in the bottom right is the chipset that usually is the crit damage. Let me see if I think I put it on my Grace, which Grace is one of the best farmers in the game. That's flat attack, so you can see here crit damage percent, right? That's really good. And then you have attack percentage there. So you need to pay attention to what stat you want to give to everyone. But TLDR, speed is usually king and queen of everything. Okay, that was a lot. You do have special events where you can get a whole bunch of different resources. This is what I highly suggest you level for offline leveling. Get these characters, get all these different decryptions, get all these character affection upgrades and component slots. This is what you're going to be farming all the time. And then let's talk about where you get gear and stuff real quick, and then we'll call it a day, guys. This is the target elimination. This is where you can go farm gear with bosses, right? And they drop that either each boss has different gear, right? This first one has speed set gear, and then accuracy, and then status resistance set. Second one has attack, defense set, and then HP set. So it really depends on which one you want to do. And once again, you can offline farm this. So you can set it. So say if I want to battle this and I want to try and get some gear, you got to make sure you complete it once. I'm going to battle this. I'm going to do some AI combat. I'm going to say I want you to do it 8 times, and then I'll come back later, right? So that's really good. And that's where you'll really get the gear. And then you'll come back, you'll see what your gear looks like. And remember, you're really just trying to find that 6-star gear. Once you get up to that, or whatever star you're at, and you're trying to find those good substats. And then you're trying to find multiple pieces of gear that have good substats, and you'll eventually combine them together. So you can use that gear temporarily and then eventually merge it, which is really, really good. You can get some cat orbs daily there. You can also get some EXP. The first time you do these every day, you do get a bonus where you get some extra money or cat orbs, which is really good. And then we have a bunch of other things that I haven't unlocked yet. Sorry, guys. So that's really my first impression. So far, I've been very impressed with the game. I think it's going to be a very great side game. And that's all I really got, guys. Let me know in the comments down below. I know this was long-winded. I hope you enjoyed the first impressions. Let me know in the comments down below if I missed something, or if there's something that you still want to know. We'll do some more in-depth guides on like optimized gear farming, optimized event farming, the way to upgrade, and a bunch of other things to explain some of the stats and stuff like that. So anyways, guys, I do appreciate you hanging out. I will see you on the next video. If you're still here for some reason, make sure you like and subscribe. Go follow me on Twitch, and take care. Fist bump from me to you.